So I'm on the verge of turning 40. And as I said in previous videos, I really believe in celebrating everything, and especially birthdays, because life should be celebrated. And what started off with a lot of excitement, I became a bit difficult to plan a big celebration because as an expat, we're away from friends and family. So, big celebrations are a bit difficult. And for me, spending it with people is important. So, what I decided to do was to kind of shift the focus. And what would be more important to me would be to achieve certain goals by the time I turned 40. So the objective for me was to focus on goals before turning 40. And these were personal goals as well as professional goals. And the closer that I'm getting to turning 40, I found that I became very despondent about it and I wasn't ready. And when I assessed why I was feeling so negative or very despondent, I realized that it was because I was not going to achieve my goals by the deadline of 40. And it made me kind of sad because what I tend to do, and maybe a lot of other highly sensitive people would find similarities in this, is that I tend to reevaluate my life, my path, what I've accomplished, what I have not accomplished, and then I tend to compare myself with others and look at what others have accomplished within the same time frame, or people that are on the same timeline as me and what they've accomplished in comparison to me. Then you start feeling negative about yourself. And I didn't want to do this because I was not going to get anywhere, and it was not going to bring me any closer to achieving my goals. So when I was able to come out of this little funk, I looked at it from an external perspective. And as highly sensitive people, what we tend to do, as I've established before, is internalize a lot of things. And what I now did was externalize it. So I looked at it from an external perspective, and I looked at where I was in accomplishing my goals, and I also I gave myself credit. So I looked at what I have been able to accomplish within the timeline, and it's about celebrating those little wins to give yourself a pat on the back, because you are on your path to achieving your goals. And you may not be able to get it, or I was not able to get it within the given timeline or the timeline that I set for myself. But the important thing is that I am on the path to achieving those goals, and I'm making, more importantly for me, I'm becoming achieving the objectives that I set both personally and professionally, and that is the main thing. It may not be within the timeline, but goals are sort of a guideline. They are not hard and fast. So when you do set goals for yourself, you are able to shift the timeline. The main thing is that you are on the path to achieve those goals. Also, the more you learn to externalize, the easier it becomes. The quicker you will be able to overcome negative situations or negative feelings, and you are able to see things a lot clearer, and then you are able to move on. So the way for me from this whole experience is that yes, I will celebrate, because I'll regret it, but more importantly, because I have a lot to celebrate within. I may not accomplish these goals, but the main celebration is that I am moving on to accomplishing them. So when I looked at it from an external perspective, it gives you more to celebrate and more to realize that you are achieving the main objective. And then I'm more excited again about celebrating. So the key takeaway is, when you internalize, and it causes you to get into looking at things negatively. But when you learn to externalize, you see things clearer, you see things more positively, and it's going to help you to reevaluate and reassess things and not give up. And secondly, the more you learn to do this, the easier it becomes. So learning to externalize will help you overcome certain situations and certain feelings quicker the more you do it.